In this video, I'm going to show you how you can build an entire website, including buying hosting, setting up your domain, building everything out in WordPress, and how you can do this in all less than 1 hour with the new WP Engine website templates. So yeah, if you're interested in learning how to build an entire website from scratch for your online coaching or course business, stick around for this video. The first thing you're going to want to do is head to the link in the description below this video to WP Engine. And you're going to want to go to their pricing page here and pick up their hosting plan. It's $25 a month, but I actually have a discount link you can click on in the description of this video to get you a discount off that price there. And I think at the moment the discount may be about $22 a month, and that's if you pay annually. I think their monthly payment option is about $30 a month, and I can't remember exactly what the discount is off of that, but I definitely recommend with this startup package. You can always upgrade later to these more expensive packages if you add more websites or you end up getting a lot of traffic to your website. But if you're first starting out, this plan is perfect for just getting started with one website. All right, so once you purchase a license to the startup package from WP Engine, I will pick up the video inside of the WP Engine user portal. I'll see you inside. All right, so once you've purchased a WP Engine hosting package, you will be able to see your WP Engine dashboard here. And at the top, you should just see Add Site right here. That's the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and click Add Site. I'm going to skip this Make Transferable. I'm just going to say my site name will be, let's just enter in here, we'll call it WP Course Help. WordPress course help. And so this is just the sample site I'm making here for the video. You can enter your own site title there. And then I'm going to click Add Site. All right, awesome. So you can create your environment right here, but we are actually going to be using the LifterLMS template. So if I click on Create Template right here, I'm going to select I want the LifterLMS template, and that's what's going to allow us to build online courses on our website. If you want a free online course for your lead magnet, or if you wanted just a maybe a full course site, you could do that as well. So this will be wpcoursehelp.wpengine.com. It is available. So I'm going to go ahead and select LifterLMS and create my environment. And there we go. So now it's going to be setting up my environment. And it says right here it's being built and will be available shortly, and I'll receive an email when it's ready. It typically takes about 5 minutes, I think, to do this. If I go to my website now, wpcoursehelp.wpengine.com, this is going to be where I can actually build out my website. It's going to say this site's not available right now, but in about 5 minutes I'll come back and my site will be live. So I will be right back. All right, so I got the email from WP Engine letting me know that my site is ready. I can access it via my WP Engine user portal. That's this page right here. Or I can just go directly to my URL. So there we go. This is what WordPress looks like out of the box. We're going to customize all of this. But if you want to set your admin password, you can do that right here. If you click on Set Password, this is going to allow me to enter my email. It's going to send me a reset password email, and I could do everything that way. Another way to get into your domain, if you don't want to go through that process, or if you ever get locked out, is to go to your WP Engine account, and you can go all the way on the bottom on the sidebar here, WordPress admin, and this is actually just going to log us in immediately. So I don't need to set a password or anything if I go in this way. But if you want to go the password way, that's fine too. If you do opt to go the password way, you can always log into your website. If you go to your website, wpengine.com. So this is the link to my website. If you do have a username and password, you can always go to /wp-admin after your site URL. And this is where you could enter your username and password if you want to do it that way. But I'm just going to take the shortcut in this video and log in directly via my user portal here. And so yeah, this is the back end of my WordPress website. If I go to the front end of my WordPress website by clicking this right here, I just open that in a new tab. This is the front end of the site, and this is the back end of the website where I can make all of my edits. So the first thing we want to do is kind of check out what's on here so far. So currently this website is set up as like a blog, I guess, but we want to promote coaching services and then also have an online course. So the first thing I'm going to do is install a theme. And WP Engine makes that super easy. If you go down to Appearance on the sidebar here, we're going to go to Themes, which is the first one right there on the top. If you just click Appearance, it'll automatically take you to the top result. But we're currently using this 2020 theme, which has this kind of look here we can see on our website. But I would rather use one of these Genesis child themes. Genesis is another theme for WordPress, and there's actually a bunch of child themes. If you want to browse through here and look through some of these designs, if you find a design you like on one of these themes, I'm just going to choose this Authority Pro theme and just go ahead and activate that one. And you do have to have the Genesis framework installed, and since this is a WP Engine video, all of that is set up for us right there in the theme settings. But here we go. So it's saying get started with my Authority Pro. I want to set up my website, and it's going to install a few plugins for me and then add some demo content. But if you're not on a WP Engine site, you're going to want to go grab the Genesis framework along with a child theme, possibly for the Genesis theme, to do what we're doing here. But if you're on WP Engine, this is all going to be there automatically for you, just like it is here for me. All right, so now I have activated my new theme. So let's view the homepage. All right, there we go. We can see it looks totally different. If I go back over here and reload, it's going to look totally different homepage. And now we have all of this other content on here. And now I can just go through and switch out all of the content on my website. So there is a lot going on here. You can see we have like a home page with all of this styling and everything on here. And we also have a bunch of other pages up here in the menu, like a contact page and all of these other pages on here. For my site, I'm just going to have a simple coaching site that kind of promotes my coaching services, and then like a contact page. So ultimately I want people to get in touch with me. I'm also going to add an online course on this website, but let me first go through and clean it up to make everything look a little bit simpler. So the first thing I want to do is clean up my menu. The menu is kind of like the spine or the backbone of the website as to where you can go. So cleaning up my menu will make everything a little bit more clear. And you can do that if you hover over your site title. You can see menus right here, or if you're on the back end of your website, the menus area is going to be under Appearance Menus. But you want to end up under Appearance Menus here. And this is the menu that is showing up on my website. So if I open this in a new tab, this is how we can edit that menu. So if I don't want this, what's this blocks examples page? So this is just teaching you a little about WordPress, how you can have blocks and buttons and everything on there. If you want to go through and look at these pages, you can edit page at the top there on the front end of the website. The other way to get there is if you were on the WordPress admin, you just go to Pages on the sidebar here, and then you'll see all of your pages, and then you can edit directly from here too. If you just hover over the page you want, you can click Edit. Either way, you'll end up in the same place here. If you want to go through and look at how you can set up different blocks in WordPress, WordPress currently operates on a block style setup. So this is like a heading block. And if I wanted to add a block, I just click this plus at the top, and I might want to add maybe an image block or like a gallery or something, like a media block here. I can just add an image and then put some text right next to it, something like that. But for the purposes of this video, I'm just going to go ahead and remove that page from my menu, as I don't want that there. Let me go back to the front end of my website. And I didn't make any changes I want to save, so I'm just going to leave. This landing page is just an example of a landing page that doesn't have a header. It's just a focused landing page. I don't really want that on my menu, so I'm just going to get rid of that. That's just some sample content. Same with the pricing page. We'll just remove that. If you want to have an about page, you can. I'll leave it on there for now, but if I save my menu and then I go back to my website, there we go. So now my menu's a little cleaner, and eventually we'll add courses to this menu as well. All right, so I think the best next step we could do is customize this homepage, and that'll give you a little bit of a feel for WordPress and kind of start to understand how pages and all this stuff kind of comes together, since we built this whole website so far off of a template. So I'll start up here in the header. This area of the website where the menu's at and this little banner and the site title is called the header. And then we have all of our content. And then if I scroll all the way down, we have the footer down here. So I'm going to show you where you can edit the header and the footer of all of the pages on your website. So that's just going to be right here at the top on this customize. If I click on that, I'll just open it in a new tab. It'll load the customizer, and that's going to appear if you're on the front end of the website, this customize at the top. If you happen to be on the back end of the website, you can find it under appearance customize. Either way, you'll end up in the same place here. It'll show you a preview of your website along with some options on the side for customizing. And each theme does this a little bit differently. They put some settings in different places, but generally we want to look around and try and find where the header's at. So I found the footer right there under theme settings, site identity. Here we go. So site identity is going to be, if I had a logo, I could put that right here. I don't want my site to be called Christopher Badgett's site, so I'll call it WP Course Help. You could call like Will Middleton's coaching or whatever you want to put there. And if you wanted a tagline, you could put that here too. The tagline does appear on this tab right here. So if people in their browser hover over, they're going to see your site title and then the tagline. So it says your superpowered WP Engine site. So if I publish this and then I come back to my site and I reload, see it says WP Course Help at the top there, and then it still has my tagline. So if I want to change that tagline, let me just change it to learn how to build a coaching site with WordPress. All right, so that'll be my tagline. Then if I publish, come over here and reload, there we go. So now my title and tagline are correct there. And if I scroll all the way to the top, I see I have my title right there at the top. So let's check out where we can find this banner that's showing up here. Check out my fresh course on building and growing audience. So yeah, that's pretty useful. This is just a little pop-up. They can X out of this if they wanted to. I guess that's only going to happen one time. But if I go back into the customizer here, I'll look around for that setting. Comments and trackbacks, content archives. Where is that exactly? It's not there. That's going to be, there we go. So it's this top banner section here. So if you don't want this banner at all, you could just uncheck this box and that won't be there at all. But if you had a little promotion, you could just put that on there. And I'm actually going to leave this on here for now because I'm going to add a course onto the site later, but I'll leave that there for now. So now that my menu is in check, I got my title going, let's change the footer. So I scroll all the way down here. It says Copyright 2020 Authority Pro theme. That's the theme I'm using. I want to actually go to the theme settings and then footer. And here's where all this text is. It's got the Copyright 2020. I don't want the child theme there. So I want the copyright, maybe put my name on here. Copyright information there, so you can see that changing at the bottom there. And then I'm just going to, I'll leave this logout link on there. That's useful for once we have our online courses, they could just click logout right there. But that's pretty much all I'll need for now. And if you have terms and conditions, you could put those down there too. Really anything you want here in the footer. So that should be good to go. That's how we edited the header and footer of the website. And now if I go to the live website, my changes are reflected there. So the next thing I'll do is edit the page itself. So if I go to edit page at the top, you can also find this area, like I said, on the back end of WordPress. That's just going to be under pages, and then you go to the page you want to edit and click on edit there. Either way, you can get to the same place. It's currently the home page, and we can actually just edit this content right here. Let me go to the front end of the website so that I can kind of show you back and forth as I go. So hi, I'm Kelly. I'm not Kelly, so that's not going to be useful. I'll just copy this, what's in here, and kind of modify it to be what I want it to be there. I'll teach you how to grow your audience. I'll teach you how to, I'll just say, build your coaching website with WordPress. All right, so that's my tagline. I'll just put it there. And then reload on the front end. We can see, there we go. It's going to appear right there. And get access to my newsletter. If you had a newsletter, you could do that. The template here comes with this opt-in. You do have to go to this configure settings, put in your MailChimp API key. I guess this only works with MailChimp. MailChimp is a CRM tool that allows you to collect your emails list and send out like bulk emails. That's a free tool you could use to send out like a newsletter and stuff like that. I'm not going to have a newsletter, so I'm just going to delete this. But I will have a course on here. So let me add a button. So if I go to this plus in the corner here and I click on, I can dig through all these blocks if I want to, but I'm just going to search for a button. I'll say take my free course or something. We'll just leave that there for now. See what that looks like. All right, so I will also want to replace this image here, and a lot of learning how to use the WordPress editor is just kind of clicking around and clicking on the elements and figuring out what kind of settings you have. Whenever you click on an element, it will pop up its options on the side here. So if I go to this heading block, it'll show me the heading and what it is, and you could change the heading size and stuff like that for your heading. And you could even do some neat things with LifterLMS. It adds this enrollment visibility setting, so you could hide things based on if somebody's already enrolled in your course or not. That's a little more advanced, but I'll just replace my image here. This is probably Kelly, put that on there in the first place. So let me just go get the image. I'll just take this one there, put this on here. And the media library is just going to store all your images and your PDFs and other things on your WordPress website. So you upload images to your library and then add them to your page. So wait for this image to upload. There we go. I guess it's taking a second. That is a pretty large image. Probably too large for this space. You could use like compresspng.com or compressjpeg.com to compress your images before uploading them to make them a little bit smaller. For the appropriate size for this space might be like I don't know, maybe like a 640 by 1000 image or something like that. I have a super high def image. I could always reduce that if I wanted to there, but that's a good practice with WordPress, is uploading appropriately sized images for your pages, just to help them load faster. Is this just not? Okay, I guess it uploaded, but it wasn't done. So I'm going to select this as my image I want to go there, and then reload over here. There we go. So, and that's a backgroundless PNG, which is why you can see this gray box there. What is this? Kelly Taylor Entrepreneur. There's this. So I don't want it to say that. Do I even need anything there? I'll just, why not? I'll put something on there. This Will Middleton website builder, sure. And then I guess you could link, this link was going nowhere, but I guess you could link out to your social media or something if you wanted to there. I'll just update that and then just kind of go through the page and edit all of these elements to make them your own. Get instant access to my newsletter. Enroll in my free course to learn how you can build your coaching website using WordPress, WP Engine, and LifterLMS. Sure, because that's the course I'll end up putting on this site here. But you can just go through the rest of the page here and edit all of these elements. And I will probably circle back to this, but let me just clean up some of these elements. If you ever want to remove an element, you just scroll to that element, click these three dots and remove block. I should be able to just remove this whole thing. Just remove all this stuff. Keeps jumping me back to the top. But let me just remove this stuff here. Remove. All right, so that's pretty good. If you have a blog on your website, you can display those posts there. The blog posts would be like if you add posts here. These are similar to pages, You build each blog post as its individual post, and then it would display them as tiles right here. I'm not going to use that feature though, so we'll just cut that off. Remove this. Can I just delete this whole thing? This, yes. Delete that whole thing. Delete this group of blocks. So that's probably pretty good. So now that I slimmed up my homepage, let's take a look at what it looks like. And I'll come through here and replace some content at the end there. But now you kind of probably have a general feel for how you can edit a page in the WordPress editor. And there are some page builders you could add and other themes that do more advanced functionality. But you can really get a lot out of WordPress out of the box like this. All right, so let me take a look at my agenda here for this video. So yeah, we went through, we added WordPress, made sure all pages are good. So adding a course, let's dive into that now. So when we installed the LifterLMS template of the site, we have the free LifterLMS plugin automatically installed here. And what that allows us to do is build courses and memberships and offer them for free. So if I go to courses here, just like how I add pages and blog posts, I could add a course now and then require enrolling in the course in order to access the content and all that. But LifterLMS does need to run a setup wizard when first getting started, and I don't think that ran. Let me take a look at these pages here. So yeah, the setup wizard adds some pages like course catalog. So it didn't run, so let me rerun the setup wizard. You can do this at any time. You just go to LifterLMS status, and if you accidentally delete the pages or something, you might want to know how to do this. And then go to Tools and Utilities, under Status, Tools and Utilities, then Setup Wizard, rerun the Setup Wizard, say welcome to LifterLMS, get started now. It's going to add some pages for us, like a student dashboard page and checkout page. Some key pages we'll need. I am in the United States using US dollars. We'll allow non-sensitive data collection from Lifter. And that's it. So it can say install a sample course. So if you wanted a sample course to build off of as a template, kind of like how we installed a template website and are modifying it, you could do that. I'm actually going to build my course from scratch. So I'm just going to return to the WordPress dashboard. But now that I went through that setup wizard process, if I go to WordPress pages, I have now my dashboard page for students to log in and log out. So now that that's on there, let me go edit my menu just for a little bit of usability. So I want to go to appearance menus again, just like we did at the beginning. I want to add maybe like a dashboard page to the menu. Then what else could I do? There are some custom LifterLMS menu. These are all the things you can add to the menu. If you want to add a custom link to your social media, or say like join me on Facebook or something, you could do that. I want to add some screen options. This determines what's shown on the sidebar here. So if I say like LifterLMS here, you can see right there it's giving me some more options. So screen options at the top are useful to know about. So these are all sorts of LifterLMS things. I think I'm going to put in like maybe a sign in, sign out on my menu. This is pretty cool because this will only show up to the appropriate people if you're signed in. So since I'm signed in, it's going to offer for me to sign out. And then if I go to maybe an incognito window where I'm not logged in, it's going to say go ahead and sign in. And it'll take me to that dashboard page. And there's my image loading in slowly because I uploaded a high-def image. That's why you'd want to do a more appropriately sized image for the space. But yeah, so now I have this dashboard page where people can come view their courses. And there's a lot going on here, so let's clean up this page a little bit. So if I go to Edit Page at the top, and then we'll dive into adding a course here in a second. But seeing as there's a lot going on, let me, I think page attributes here. I want to remove that sidebar. It was putting like all this junk on the sidebar. I don't want that there. So we're just going to say blocks as my template. I think this, yeah, so there goes the sidebar on the theme I'm using. Each theme controls the sidebar a little bit differently, but if you're using this Authority Pro, that would do it for me. So yeah, the LifterLMS function is all here, and you can even cut some of this stuff off if you don't want my grades, if you want to make this a little simpler. I will dive into that here in a second, but first, let's add a course. So now that I've run the LifterLMS setup wizard, we can add a course to the website. So if I add a course, then give it a title. There's all sorts of stuff going on here, but I'll explain this. We'll call it Build Your Coaching Website with WordPress. Maybe how to build. And you might have like a free lead magnet training course or something like that, or whatever you want your online course to be. You don't even have to have an online course on your site if you just want the contact form, but having this e-learning component on there really adds a lot, and it's not too much of a hassle to add in. So let me publish my course so we can go back and forth and see what it looks like as I edit it. So view my course. Of course, I'm going to have my editor open in one tab and view on the other tab. So it's going to have some information about my course, and yeah, you can see it's all confined to this this left side right here, but that's because it will display the syllabus for my course on the right side here. So let me add some lessons to my course. You can do that by launching the course builder here. Currently I don't have any sections or lessons here, so I'm going to add a section. We'll call this I guess introduction. And I'm actually going to turn this video right now into an online course and put it up on this website. So I'll just call this introduction and then add a lesson under my section. Sections and lessons, or sections are kind of how you organize lessons a little bit in LifterLMS. So lesson 1, we'll say from WP Engine, something like that. I'll come in here and edit this, but for now, we at least have some content on our course, so I can reload here. Actually, give it a second there. There we go. So we have this, new from WP Engine. There's the introduction, the word I put right there, and then my lesson title. The sidebar is not actually appearing yet since we have not added any content to the sidebar. So let me go to Appearance, Widgets, and that's where I can actually add the syllabus to the sidebar. So I'm currently on the course page, and that's going to be my course sidebar. Right here I want to add a widget here. I'll probably add a standard thing to add in here. You can add whatever widgets you want, but I will add the syllabus and the progress. So that's these two right here. Progress and syllabus, you just drag and drop those over here. And if you want to add a title, you can do that. This is display to enrolled students only. No, I'll display it to everyone. Yeah, that's fine. And these will automatically save there. So now if I go back over to my course page and reload, there we go. We have the syllabus showing up here on the side, and you can build it out and it'll be a whole long list on the side there for your whatever you build out right here in your course builder. So I can offer people to leave comments on the course, or I can disable that functionality if I wanted to. That's just on the edit course page. But now we have, oh, it's offering me, oh, I need to save to make sure this is, get a save there. There's the progress bar on the top. So now I can exit it here, and I've got my progress bar and my course all put together. Let's click on this new from WP Engine lesson. And the lesson is going to function very similar to the course page there. We have the sidebar, but this is where we can add in a video and stuff like that. So let me go grab a video that I can use as an example here. So I'll just get a sample video from right here that I can add to my lesson. So if I click Edit Lesson on the top here, just like how pages work, we have the lesson post type. You can also access this from the course builder. So we were in the course builder a second ago. Expand this new from WP Engine lesson. If you click on this Open with WordPress Editor, we'll get to the same page. I just went through the front end of the website to get here, but you could also go through the courses area to the course builder to the lessons individually. There's a few different ways in WordPress to get around, but we just want to end up on this lesson page. So the lesson has a few settings here. We have a video embed URL and some other advanced things, but I'm just going to paste my video right here. If you had an audio, you could, and this is a free lesson, so you don't have to be enrolled in the course to view the lesson if you wanted to check that box to make this available to the public, but I'm going to leave it restricted for now. So now if I update and view my lesson, we'll see I have my video right there. I can also add some content to my lesson. If I go back, edit lesson, I want to add some content. I'll just put that like maybe paragraph block where you can add content. So you can add content, images, and just like we had on the page, the home page we were editing, you can format this in some really complex ways if you wanted to. But here's my content. And the Mark Complete button is going to show that I've completed this. And if I have some more lessons on here, it will say want to continue to the next lesson right here on these tiles down here. So let me make sure I also add the syllabus to the sidebar of this page too. We added the syllabus under appearance widgets to the course sidebar, but I actually want to also add them to the lesson sidebar. So that's just going to be the syllabus and the progress. Put that here, and then do the same settings I did for the course page. Come over here, reload, and so there's the syllabus and progress bar there again. So now that we kind of know how to build the course page itself and build the lessons, why don't we take a look at the course settings a little bit? So let me go back to the WordPress admin of my website, go down to courses, and this is the course I was working on. I want to edit this, and this is a shortcut to the builder if you want to go right to the builder, but I want to edit on my course here. I can change the instructor information and stuff like that. But the main thing you're going to want to look at with a course is the access plan. So that's how are people going to be able to enroll in this course. I'm going to add a new access plan, and there's all sorts of options here, but I'm going to say no payment is required. And so this is a free access. You can come to the website, enroll for free in the course, and take the course. But if you did want to accept payments for your courses, maybe have like a $99 course or something like that, you just need to pick up one of the LifterLMS payment gateways from the link in the description below the video. They have 4 payment gateway options: Stripe, PayPal, Authorize.net, and WooCommerce. I personally find Stripe is the easiest to use. You just sign up for an account on Stripe.com, get your API credentials, get the LifterLMS integration, and then add the LifterLMS integration to your site, link up your API to Stripe. There's just 2 keys from Stripe.com you copy and paste onto your website, and then you can accept those payments, and then Stripe will send those payments to your bank account. You could also use PayPal. It's a very similar process with PayPal as well. And you could even use both together. Those are just $99 from LifterLMS.com. They're $99 individual add-ons. So if you wanted both Stripe and PayPal, that would be $198 for getting both of those. But all you really need to accept payments is one of them. And you can just give courses away for free like I am here with the free LifterLMS plugin. Let me save my access plan. This is a simple free enrollment course, what I just set up. You're going to have this purchase link. And here, I should actually clean up this page a little bit too. There's a sidebar. Let me take a little detour quick and remove that sidebar. All right. So now, back to my, let me backtrack here a little bit. I need that purchase link. Yeah, so this is the purchase link page. There we go. So I removed the sidebar there by editing the page. And what this page is the, let me go back over here. It's this purchase page right here, this LifterLMS checkout. If you go to this page, it's going to be blank, but every course adds a little plan ID to the end. So each course uses this page. So you don't want to delete the purchase page, even if you look at it and you see it's blank. That page is required, so that way people can purchase the course. Each course's access plan uses that page. So the free LifterLMS plugin plus $99 can really get you a long way if you wanted to charge. Make sure to check out those gateways. But this is where people can come enroll in my course. And let me actually tie this all together to make this a little more clear. So to tie this together, I'm going to add the course catalog to the menu. If I go to Appearance Menus, just put that course catalog, and that's going to display all the courses on my website. I only have one, but we'll just add that to the menu, save menu. Now if I go to the front end of my website, I have my course catalog, and I can see this is the course I'm working on building right now. And there we go. People can come view the description of the course here, the course information, and they can click Enroll Now. And here they are with the purchase page we just set up. So that kind of links everything together. All right, so now that we've got the whole process connected, all that's left to do is go switch out the content, make sure my contact form is working, and I guess add in my course content as well. But after that, I'm good to go. I can add in my domain name and go live with my website. So let's go through a few finishing touches here. Number one is with WordPress, I'm going to go to the WP admin area. I'm going to go to settings, permalinks. This is going to determine the link structure on my website. So I'm going to say post name and then save changes. That's going to change it from some options here. I was at this question mark p equals 1, 2, 3. I don't really want to work with that. I just want the page name. So it's going to be my site / contact me or something like that, rather than / with the ID of the page is a little bit weird. So I'm just going to go / post name. That's going to make maybe my contact us page be a little bit cleaner here. But yeah, so I'm just going to go through all of my pages here, clean up the content, and yeah, we'll move on to the next step. So for my About Us page, let me just go through and edit this. I'm just going to say about, well, update that. Let me add in maybe my email, or I'll just leave it to the contact form for now. So I'm just going to delete the elements on this page. Don't want this. Can I just delete? This is like a, I see. I would just like to put this here, just drag and drop this around. I don't need 2 columns. Just delete this columns here. Remove block. Can I remove this here? Remove that. Move that to the top. I've got a little bio I wrote up here. Let's put that on my bio page. Update that. And then maybe replace my image. Let me go to my files, my folder here. I wonder what's a good image for this page. Just put this kind of cool picture on there. This is when I was learning to use Photoshop, I put this together, this image here, and I guess this is probably much more high definition than it needs to be. There it is. Yeah. So I would minimize the size of this, but that's kind of a fun picture to put on there. So I'll do that. Then view page. All right. So I got my about page done. Then my contact us page. Let me edit this page here. I'm going to go to my blocks template because I don't want that sidebar. Contact Will. Contact me. Something like this. It's pretty good. Let me make sure my contact form is going through. What is this? This is it's a WP forms, or let me look at my WP form. So yeah, I'm going to want to make sure my WP forms are submitting. And one thing that's super useful is this entries feature of WP forms, or any forms plugin you're using for that matter. But yeah, you do need their Pro add-on in order to view entries. Let me go add a plugin to my website here. Plugins are going to add additional functionality. We have some basic plugins on here right now. We're using LifterLMS, for example, but let me add on this one called Email Log. This is going to track every email that my website tries to send. So if I go Email Log, I'm going to install and activate this, and this kind of goes around the entries, because whenever somebody submits the form, it's going to send me an email, which will be tracked here. So I don't need to use the Pro feature, the entries in this case. But now that I have my email log here to track all my emails. But let me make sure my WP form that's showing on my contact page This is the WP Forms editor here. They built this whole setup with like a drag and drop builder. But let me make sure if I go to settings, notifications, I'm going to get an admin email. So let me actually just write my email right there from WP course help submission. So this is going to be the email that actually comes to me. And there we go. It's going to show me all the forms. Oh, not add new notification. I want to save. Awesome. So now if I just go back out to my website, I have my contact form hooked up. So whenever somebody submits this, it's going to send me an email. And then I have the email log just to keep track in case for some reason the website's not sending the email. I have all of that backed up here on my website via that email log plugin I installed. All right. The courses page here looks good to go. Then I can add like a featured image to my course to show up right here for my course, but I'll come back later and make that. Then we have our dashboard page. This is where students can view their course. I actually do want to clean this page up a little bit. This is all sorts of LifterLMS functionality on here, memberships, achievements, and all that. I don't want to use all that functionality. So I'm actually going to go to the LifterLMS settings and accounts. This is where you can cut some of that functionality off. So at the top here we have courses, grades, memberships, achievements. I'm not going to be using grades. I'm not going to be using memberships. I'm not going to be using achievements, no certificates, no vouchers. So if I save these changes here, you just save right there at the top in blue, and we come back to the dashboard page, we'll see it removes a lot of that. I can actually probably remove my courses too, just because we don't really need that toggle right there at the top. We also probably don't need notifications and edit account either, or notifications rather. These are the ones I think are pretty good though. Let's just cut it to that. There we go. Just keeping it simple, cut all those off. Let's see. So now let me cut these pieces off right here. And LifterLMS doesn't have a way to do that out of the box, but LMS dashboard sections. They don't have like a tool just like I just did there with removing the tabs. It's not as easy, but I did make a full video on how to do that here, how you can remove these middle sections. So I'm just going to use this as reference right now. If you want a little more of a breakdown of how to do this, check out this video here, removing LifterLMS dashboard sections. But pretty much what we need is this LifterLMS customizations plugin that allows us to put some custom code on our website. So I'm just going to download this plugin here. And just like I did with that email log, we're going to go to plugins, add new. I'm actually going to upload a plugin. Upload my customizations plugin I just downloaded as a zip file. Then I'm going to activate my plugin, and this plugin is not going to do anything out of the box, but what it lets us do is actually edit that plugin and put some custom code in. If you add custom code to a plugin like just the LifterLMS core plugin, and then there's an update, it's going to overwrite all the code you made. So that's why this LifterLMS customizations exists. That way this plugin's never going to be updated, so all of the changes you have here are going to stay permanently there. So I'm going to remove an action, and just like I said before, if you want a little more of a breakdown of what we're doing, check out this 5-minute video here on removing the dashboard sections. But we pretty much want to remove a function of Lifter. So let me go back to my plugin editor here. So I'm removing something, and what do I want to remove? That's where this second link comes in handy. So in the YouTube video description here, I have this code we're going to copy and paste in here. Make sure to check out that video if you want a breakdown. But that code goes right here. We're removing specifically the My Courses area of the dashboard. So now if I save this, I scroll all the way down and update file or save, and I go back to my dashboard and reload, we'll see this My Courses is gone. But I actually want the My Courses there, so let me switch this out. I don't want to remove the courses, but I do want to remove all of these three. So I want to use this as a reference here. So I want to remove my achievements, and that's going to be 20. So we're going to replace this string right here with my achievements, and that's going to be a 20. And so then if I update my file here and then reload on the dashboard, there we go. So the courses are back, but the achievements are gone. I want to copy this code for the other memberships and notifications. So I'm just going to put it, copy and paste it twice here. So I want to remove certificates, because we're not going to be using that on this website. So we'll replace the string here, certificates, change it to 30. I have an extra S on there. Don't want that. My certificates, 30. And then I also want to remove this memberships, and that's going to be 40. So we're going to replace the string here, and that's going to be a 40. All right, so let's update the file. File updated successfully, reload the dashboard, and there we go. So now we have a clean dashboard here that's only going to display that one course, because that's all I need for this website. If you want to use those more advanced features, you can, but pretty much this is all I need for my website. So now I have my sign out link, and that is about it for the content at the top. Let me go through my homepage real quick and finish up modifying this page. One thing I can do on my Take My Free course, now that I have my course made, I can link over to it. So if I view my course or preview my course, we don't need this preview junk here on the end. We just need the URL for the course. So that's going to be just copy the URL, go back over here to my page. I'm trying to put it on this button. So I'm going to link up this button. Just goes to that URL right there. Take My Free course. All right, so I'm just going to remove this as featured in stuff. If you wanted to add something like that, you could there. Just keep cutting this off. That's a nice little arrow. Little spacer. Start here. And my website's actually pretty simple. I guess that's probably fine. I'll leave it in there for now. Feel free to get in touch if you need help with your WordPress website. And all my copy is going to be centered around my coaching services, which is about WordPress, but of course you put yours in here. Feel free to get in touch if you need help with your WordPress website, or take my free course, or take my free course by clicking the button below. All right, so then we'll just say like learn how to build a WordPress website. That's probably fine here. The free audience building masterclass. Free coach site building masterclass, maybe. This is an example of a paragraph. Click below to check out my free course. So then this is going to be the same link I have over here. Just make sure I get my, oh, it's going to take me here. That's fine, I just need to grab the URL again. Copy that URL, put it right here on my button, edit the link. There we go. Now I actually do want to edit this text. I want to say, check out the course now, and then let me actually replace this image as well. Probably replace it with some sort of a image like this. They're kind of like looking at the that area where you can enroll in the course. There we go. So select that. So I'm kind of like looking over here, I guess. And what I probably should do for this is this image is a little bit large, so let me edit this image real quick. Something like that. Well, like this. Tools, crop. Just get a little bit of a more cropped image to use instead. So I don't need that image anymore. We'll do this one. All right, cool. That probably fits the space a little bit better there. Check out my free course and then some testimonials. Let me just go over here. Copy this testimonial. So I'll just put it right there. Cool. And these are some testimonials, like real testimonials from some clients I've worked with before. And then let's go to my website here, copy this testimonial. And by pasting and copying the URL bar here, I'm removing any rich text, which is pre-formatted text that might show up a little bit funky. Copywriter. Nick actually is conversational copywriter, so let's put that here and view the page and let's see how it looks. All right, there we go. So that's not looking too bad. All right, so let's go to the About page again. Yeah, all of my pages are now in here. So the only thing left to do is finish making my online course here. And what I'm actually planning on doing is making this video into an online course and putting it up here on the website. So if you want to go check that out, you can. But let me launch the course builder here, and just coming back in here, you can add in, just like we did with the first lesson, you can add in more lessons and sections and continue to build out your online course. And you can do that right from the course edit screen. Just to cover this once more, if you go to courses on the back end of the website, you can edit the course page itself, or you can edit the builder, which is going to be the outline of your course and all the lessons and all that. So let me view the course here, and I'll come back through here and add in the content. Once I produce this video, I'll cut it up and make it into an online course here. All right, so now that I have my whole course site pretty much built out, the next step is to buy a domain name and point it over to my site. People can actually come to my website right now. If you go to wpcoursehelp.wpengine.com, people could come to my website that way, but I'd rather have them go to my domain name. So I'm going to want to purchase a domain name, and I can actually point that to my WP Engine site. So if I had, I'm probably going to go get wpcoursehelp.com and point that to my install. So let me go to namecheap.com. This is a domain registrar. You could use Bluehost, GoDaddy. There's a bunch of companies that allow you to register a domain, but I'm going to look for wpcoursehelp.com, WordPressCourseHelp.com. Make sure you spell it right, or you'll end up buying a domain that you don't really want to there. Let's display prices in US dollars. All right, there we go. wpcoursehelp.com. You really want to make sure you get that right. So I have that in my cart now. It's going to try and upsell me SSL, web hosting, and all sorts of stuff. But all I need is that domain name. Then my domain registration for 1 year. Just go through their buying process. And if you go with GoDaddy, their buying process is going to be a little bit different. Who is Guard? I don't need that. And then there's all sorts of upsells here. But I'm just going to go with what I have in the cart here. 1 year. Confirm my order. And I do have my Namecheap account here. I'm gonna go ahead and log in. All right, so my Namecheap order went through, and now I can go to my Namecheap account here, and this is gonna be different depending on which registrar you're with, but I now want to point my Namecheap domain to my WP Engine account. So inside WP Engine, I'm gonna go to Domains, in my user portal here for my website. On the sidebar, you'll have Domains. I want to add a domain. Mine is wpcoursehelp.com. I've already purchased the domain. Next. And then I'm going to need to point my DNS to WP Engine. So it's going to add my domains right here, and I need to use these records at the bottom to tell Namecheap where to point the domain to. So I'm going to go to Advanced DNS. This is for Namecheap specifically. Depending on which registrar you're with, you might do this a little bit differently. So I'm going to add a record right here. This is going to be a CNAME record, and that is my my one right here. It's going to be, come back over here, right here at the top, www.wpcoursehelp.wpengine.com. That is going to be my CNAME there, and save the change. All right, there we go. Then I want to add a new record. It's an A record. That's going to be, for this one right here, my IP address. So I'm going to say at this IP address. I'm going to save my changes, and this will be different. And you can contact your registrar if you're having difficulty with this. And they also have, most registrars like GoDaddy, Namecheap will have tutorials on how to do this as well. So if you run into any issues here, I definitely recommend checking that out. So now we are good to go with that. So now Namecheap knows where to point my domain. So if I go here to my wpcoursehelp.com, it's going to take me to my .wpengine.com site. Now that means we have one last thing to do, and that is go to the WordPress settings and update my WordPress URL. So if I go to settings, I'm just going to go to general settings. It's the one at the top, so you can just click settings to do a little shortcut. I need to update my web address because it's no longer .wpengine.com, it's just wpcoursehelp.com. So now I'm going to save my changes. This will probably kick me out of WordPress because I don't have an SSL here on my site. We could actually probably install that real quick. If I go to SSL in my WordPress engine account here, I can grab a free SSL certificate right here, a free Let's Encrypt SSL certificate for my sites here. Just go ahead and get a free SSL. A lot of hosts offer free SSL, which is really nice, and it is good to have the SSL. That's what's going to be in the corner of your website right up here. That's going to allow browsers and other websites to know that your website is secure. So while they're setting that up, eventually this will change here and I'll have a secure website. But for now, we'll just go log into my WordPress admin. Let me go to the back-end way of logging into my WordPress admin. Right, there we go. My wpcoursehelp.com, and I should probably set up my admin password so I can log in here. But now everything is set up. I can edit my website. Look at that, my SSL just got set up. Very cool. And I can pretty much do everything I need to, and of course we want to update this banner. But that is a full circle on how to build a website. So I guess if you need help building your WordPress website or any help installing LifterLMS or taking a little more advanced than what we went in this tutorial, feel free to go to wpcoursehelp.com, head to the contact form here, and shoot off this contact form, and it'll go to my email, and we can get in touch. So yeah, this has been Will Middleton from wpcourseguide.com and also wpcoursehelp.com. Feel free to reach out if you have any questions.